Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we will be doing yet another monthly reset. Even though in this resets I just do I pick my TBR from my TBR jar, and then what do? I do my journaling, keep up with my journaling, and not a lot of resetting but a lot of setting up, I guess, for the month. So this video we'll be doing exactly that again. Nothing has changed, so yeah, let's just get into it because I kind of want to read a lot of books in June. So I think usually we pick around 6 or 8, I want to say, but I think this time I could confidently pick 10. I want to say we pick 8 from the TBR jar and we can have 2. I have just on the side on what I want to read. I can just have 2 jokers, but I guess for the criteria for that it has to be a physical TBR. So since I have so many books already, and if you guys know, let me show you. So these 2 shelves are my unread books and plus a little bit of pile over there, so it is overflowing. That's why I need to read some of these books ASAP so they can go to my other shelves, obviously getting sorted out, whatever it is. So let's just get into it before I ramble on for too long. I have my TBR jar. Since last month, I have put a little bit more. I might have put too many, but it doesn't matter. So let's just pick one. I don't think I can even mix this. So I will just pick the top one. It is one word title. Okay, let's look. Okay, so I have picked 3. But I have one more, but it's at the very bottom, so I'm not going to take it out. But it is Stephen King's Holly. I have been wanting to pick up a Stephen King's books for quite a while, but I am very intimidated by his books because most of them are horror, thriller, whatever it is. But I really don't want to venture into those genre because I know I will not like it. Maybe I'll try it, but as of for now, I'm sticking to his more fiction books, I guess. So that is Holly by Stephen King. I also have here Scythe by Neil Schusterman. So that's that. I know nothing about this, but we can read it together. It is: Thou shalt kill. What if death was the only thing left to control? In a perfect world, the only way to die is to be gleaned by a professional scythe. When Chitra and Rowan are chosen to be apprentice scythes, they know they have no option but to learn the art of killing. However, the terrifying responsibility of choosing their victims is just the start. Corruption is the order of the day, and Chitra and Rowan need to stick together to fight it. Then they are told that one of them will have to glean the other. That is Scythe. We have one which is Ruination by Anthony Reynolds. It's ancient magic, legendary champions, an empire of the verge of ruin. Kamavor is a brutal land with a bloody legacy. When the Empire's knights go, slaughter follows. Callista seeks to change that. When her young and narcissistic uncle Viego becomes king, she vows to temper his destructive instincts as his loyal confidant, advisor, and military general. But her plans are thwarted when an assassin's poisoned blade strikes Viego's wife, Isolde, afflicting her with a malady for which there is no cure. And as Isolde's condition worsens, Viego descends into madness. Callista makes a desperate gambit. She searches for the long-lost Blessed Isles, rumored to hold the Queen's salvation if only Callista can find them. So I think that will be really interesting. And then the last one is the one I am not so sure about, but it is Skyshade by Alex Astor. It is the last book in the trilogy. I'm not sure. She just announced a new book, I think, Oro and Grimm. I'm not sure, but let's just read this. Actually, I will not read the blurb of this because this is the 3rd book. I don't want to give anybody the spoiler, but I think, honestly, I just read the blurb and I think I want to read Scythe. It sounded so interesting, and I think it will be a good fast-paced romance, dystopian, whatever it is. So yeah, I think Scythe could be our first book here for one worded title. So let's put this back. Let's move on to the second one. I really cannot mix this. I don't know why I'm trying. Okay, so a genre you don't usually read. Okay, most of the time I read what, like fantasy, romance. So I need to read something that is not that. The thing is, I am not sure if I have those kinds of books. I mean, I have mystery. Okay, I think I only have one book that is like mystery only. I have also Truly Devious, but I'm not sure if Truly Devious has like some kind of romance or if this has some kind of romance. But either way, I have to read this because I've had this in my possession for too long. It's time to read it. It's Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Whenever I'm done with reading this debutante series, I think it's called, I will be caught up with her backlist, and now I can start reading her present like books again, I guess, even though I don't know if I'm interested in them. So anyway, I think I will put this as our second book. Let me just read you what it's about. I think it'll be interesting. So, A Family of Fortune. When Sawyer's estranged grandmother offers her a share of the family fortune to participate in debutante season, Sawyer's instinct is to run a mile. A mystery to solve. But then Sawyer realizes her grandmother's deal might help solve the biggest mystery of her life, her father's identity. So she signs on the dotted line and braces herself for the year ahead. A town full of secrets. Once Sawyer moves into the family estate, it's clear the truth of her father is just one of the shocking and dangerous secrets buried deep in this high society world, and no one wants Sawyer poking her nose into the past. So that is Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So let's move on to the third one. I still cannot mix it. So the next one is Physical TBR. That is pretty much a joker. So let's pick one. So I have 3 books that I have over here. I have Christina Lauren's Tangled Up in You. I think this is also like a retelling, like princess retellings. I think, yeah, other authors, they do other retellings, but I think this one is like Rapunzel retelling / Tangled, whatever it is. So let me just read. Raised off the grid for most of her 22 years, Wren has read hundreds of books, taught herself to paint and build a working wind power system, but longs to live in the real world. So when she is accepted at Corona College, it feels like her life is finally beginning. Fitz is about to graduate top of his class and convince everyone he's the rich, handsome player that he says he is, when Wren, with her cascading blonde hair and encyclopedic brain, oh gosh guys, crashes into his life. When a simple assignment forces Wren and Fitz together on a road trip, the world somehow shifts, and the unlikely pair realize that maybe the key to the dreams they've both been chasing has been sitting next to them the whole time. Part of the acclaimed, oh no, I think that's it. So yeah, that is Tangled Up in You. I have another one, which is Bride of the Shadow King by Sophia Mercedes, which, let me just read you the back. A shunned princess, a reluctant king, a marriage that could save both their kingdoms but destroy their hearts. Though she is the eldest daughter, Princess Farain lives in the background. Shunned from the court and kept out of sight, her chronic illness make her a liability to the crown, and she has learned to give place to her beautiful favorite younger sister in all things. When the handsome and enigmatic Shadow King comes seeking a bride, Farain is not surprised that her sister is his choice. Though not eager to take a human bride, King Vor is willing to do what is necessary for the sake of his people. When he meets the lively Princess Lezafel, he quickly agrees to a marriage arrangement. So why can't he get the haunting eyes of her older sister out of his head? Actually, I might want to pick this one up. So I have 2 books. The thing is, this could be also like a palate cleanser book. It would be great in like a long TBR like this. But I think, obviously, Bride of the Shadow King by Sophia Mercedes win. I'm just a sucker for enemies to lovers and forced marriage, whatever it is. So we'll be doing that. I'll be putting this back. So let's move on. This will be our 4th one. Oh, one fell. So it is a retelling. What is this? I guess I can choose Tangled Up in You because it is a retelling, and I don't think I have any other retelling in this. If there is, I don't know. So obviously I already know this. I already read it to you, so we shall do this. The next one is longer than 400 pages. Yeah, so I have two choices here. I have Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. It's finally time for me to continue the Boys of Tommen series. So yeah, I was thinking I can pick up Joy's books. We'll see. Or we're ending the Mistborn Era 1 trilogy. I am very conflicted, but I think I will pick up the Hero of Ages because, I don't know, I feel like I'm in the mood for this. So I will pick this one up. I will not read the blurb, obviously, because this is the third book in the series and I don't want to spoil anything. So The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson, it is. Moving on to the sixth book is an audiobook. Okay. I don't have a lot of audiobook, but I have an audiobook that I have downloaded and I want to read as well. It will be The Hero of Ages, but I have another one as well, which is none other than The Fellowship of the Ring. So I think it's time for me to start the series. And yeah, I can read to you what it's about, but I think most people already know what it's about anyway. In a sleepy village in the Shire, a young hobbit is entrusted with an immense task. He must make a perilous journey across Middle-earth to the Cracks of Doom, there to destroy the ruling ring of power, the only thing that prevents the Dark Lord's evil dominion. So, I'm excited, and I will pick this one up. We have 3 more. Okay, this one. I have The Last Book You Bought. The last book I bought. I think it would be Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, but I already read that. And then before that, I read The Women. Well, or I bought The Women and I already read it as well. Watch Me, I already read. Okay, I know one. It is not currently on the list because it's my summer TBR. So I thought, like, you know what? I'm going to take out all my summer TBRs books so it's not like the same TBR again. But I think it will be God of Malice by Rena Kent. This is the first book in the Legacy of God series. Again, I know nothing about this book, but I think, you know what, let's read it together to find out what it's about. Killian Carson is a predator cloaked in charm. His charisma fools everyone, except Glyndon King. She sees the psychopath beneath and knows she should run, but a dark part of her craves the danger, knowing he'll chase her and she might just want to be caught. Glyndon, I think, has never been anyone's favorite, always falling short of her family's expectations. But Killian, he doesn't expect anything except that she's his now. Their schools are rivals, their families lifelong enemies, but none of that matters to him. Can 2 broken souls heal each other, or will their twisted desires tear them apart as their pasts collide in more disturbing ways than they might have imagined? It could either strengthen their bond or be their undoing. So that is God of Malice. I am nervous. This will be my first dark romance-ish. We shall see. But the last book that I bought is definitely God of Malice. So I don't have any other choice. So it'll be this one. Let's pick our last book before I pick another 2 books. So, okay. Let's do this one. It is From Your Physical TBR. Since we already have that prompt, I think I will skip this one and we will choose another one. So, it will be one word title. I already have this as well. I don't know what's up. One title word. Again. Somehow I put multiple in here. With a name in the title. Okay, so let's look. So I have found 3 books. Let's go through them. I think the first book, I hope at least it's a name, is Sula by Toni Morrison. I've wanted to read Morrison's books in so long, so I thought this is finally time to pick it up. Let me read it. As young girls, Nell and Sula shared each other's secrets and dreams in the poor black Midwest of their childhood. Then Sula ran away to live her dreams and Nell got married. 10 years later, Sula returns and no one, least of all Nell, trusts her. Sula is a story of fear, the fear that traps us, justifying itself through perpetual myth and legend. Cast as a witch by the people who resent her strength, Sula is a woman of uncompromising power, a wayward force who challenges the smallness of a world that tries to hold her down. I am so interested in this book, so our first choice. Second one is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I've heard a lot of good things. Have never read it. I think the first time I tried to pick it up, I marked where I want to read for the day, but I didn't pick it up at all, I don't think. So let me read it. A curmudgeonly professor journeys to a small town in the far north to study fairy folklore and discovers dark fae magic, friendship, and love in the start of a heartwarming and enchanting new fantasy series. Oh, that is just the description. Anyway, Cambridge professor Emily Wilde is good at many things. She's the foremost expert on fairies. She's genius scholar and meticulous researcher who is writing the world's first encyclopedia of fairy lore. But Emily Wilde is not good at people. She could never make small talk at a party or even get invited to one. And she prefers the company of her books, her dog, Shadow, and the fair folk to other people. So when she arrives in the hard scrabble village of, I don't know how to say that, Hrafnisk? I'm butchering it. Emily has no intention of befriending the gruff townsfolk, nor does she care to spend time with another new arrival, her dashing and insufferable handsome academic rival Wendell Bambleby, who manages to charm the townsfolk, model Emily's research, and utterly confound and frustrate her. But as Emily gets closer and closer to uncovering the secrets of the Hidden Ones, the most elusive of all fairies, lurking in the shadowy forest outside the town, she also finds herself on the trail of another mystery. Who is Wendell Bambleby, and what does he really want? To find the answer, she'll have to unlock the greatest mystery of all, her own heart. That is interesting. For sure. But I think this book is very wintry, so I definitely don't want to pick this one up, so I will put this down. Another book that I do have, though, is Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. I think between the two, I will probably pick up Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. Oh, I would love to read you the blurb, but again, it's also the 5th book in a series / the 3rd book in the Magnolia Park series, so I'm not gonna do that to you. So yeah, that is pretty much all the books that we're going to choose. Let's choose 2 more, and I hope this time I can finish this 10 books. So let's do it. I think I've picked out 2 books that I would love to read. One is The Summer I Turned Pretty. I heard a lot of good things about the movie series / the show and the book. So I don't know. I got this from a charity shop and I thought, you know what? Actually, it might be like a really good YA summer romance that I could read. So that's why I have this. And another one that I would like to add is Joey's book, Saving Six. So yeah, that is pretty much all the books that I've added to my June TBR. So let's go through them one by one so you guys can see an overview. First prompt that I have is one word title. And for that I have Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Second book that I have is for the prompt, a genre you don't usually read, which for this month, I chose Mystery, Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Moving on to the 3rd book, it's a physical TBR / from my physical TBR. I have Bride of the Shadow King by Sophia Mercedes. The 4th book that I have over here is Christina Lauren's Tangled Up in You. For the prompt, a retelling. The next book that I have is Longer Than 400 Pages, which I will choose for that, The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. Moving on to the next prompt, which is The Last Book You Bought. And for that, I have God of Malice by Rena Kent. And the next prompt that I have is an audiobook, which for that, I chose The Fellowship of the Ring by Tolkien. The last book from the prompt, from the TBR jar, is with a name in the title, and I have chosen Magnolia Parks Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. And for the two Joker ones, I have The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, and I have Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. So yeah, this is the pile of books that I will be hoping to read in the month of June. Before we say goodbye, I will do a little bit of journaling, like I already said, so I will meet you back here after that. I hope you guys enjoy the little journaling session that I always have in these videos. And obviously we picked a lot of books for this month and I'm truly excited for it. So yeah, let me show you the pile again. It's so heavy and I'm dropping it. Here you go. I don't even think you guys can see the bottom one. Anyway, a lot of books, and hopefully I finish all these books because that would be absolutely amazing. And that would be what I really wanted. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know down below whether you enjoyed them. And if not, and you guys are interested in reading it with me, then let's read it together. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye!